folks, it's me again, Dan the Shizzle. We've hit Movember season. 70s porn tashes, here we come. Right. I've got another review for Really. They've sent me along a little kit. Consisting of a Really Ego case. Very pretty. Room for 2 batteries, various juices, and a couple of atomizers in there, so decent. They've sent me along Ego Twist, which on their site they would call a really... Yes, all my bookmarks have gone because this computer has just come out of the right, what would they call it? Rechargeable batteries. They would call it an Ego Twist VV. There you go. Because you get companies that will call an Ego Twist something else, and some are vision spinners and some are something else, and yeah. Right, but Ego Twist and CEO Atomiser. The CEO Atomiser is a really exclusive. It is top fed. It has one of these sort of all-in-one top cap drip tippy things like the Pro Tank. Yeah. So the heads are replaceable, so it's always good to know. Right, at the moment I have this set at 4.3 volts. And as you can see, the CEO Atomiser keeps up. It does keep up at 4.3. So we go up to 4.8, and then it still keeps up. Now this is where top coils sort of do my head in a little. Now this is keeping up at 4.8 volts as it sits. If I let this juice drop, in fact what we do is we'll go down low and we'll have a look, because just to show you the new atomizer really. So let us have a look at the new atomizer. We'll have a look at the Really Twist battery, and yeah, just some general rambling. Right, this is our Really VV battery. As you can see down here, if I change this focus, which is there, you can see we have some numbers. Now these are easy to read numbers. I'm not sure of their durability and how long they're going to stay on there, but after you've been using it for a couple of weeks, I find myself adjusting without looking. So we have 3.3 volts. So, and this little red marker here is your indicator of where you are at the moment. So 3.3. If we turn, we got 4.8 that way. We turn that way, we have 3.8. If we turn again, we have 4.3, and if we turn again, we have 4.8 volts. So 4.8 from an Ego sized battery is decent amount of voltage. So we have right there. Right, we do have 3 click protection, I think it was. So 1, 2, 3. There you go, and that will turn your device on or off. Now this battery is really e-cigarette branded. It does have certain do not dispose of in general rubbish signs, and it has a rubbery feel. Now this CEO clearomizer, I've got it filled up at the moment, so I'm not going to be showing you the heads, but it is a standard Ego threaded affair. It is top coil, so if you're used to bottom coil like an EVOD or anything else, you're probably not going to get on with it too well. Something you're going to have to do with this atomizer if you want to use it above 3.8 volts, or in fact if you're going to want to use it at all and your juice gets down low, is you're going to have to do the clearo tilt. Now the clearo tilt is where you tilt your clearomizer so that the juice gets on the wicks. Now I've not found myself doing it too much with this, but if you do have it upright like that, obviously the juice is going to fall and gravity is going to help to make that coil dry. Like that. That was a dry hit, and that was because I am on 4.8 volts. Right, but it is I think it's chrome plated brass. It does have one of these all-in-one top cap drip tip thingy majiggies, so that's something that me personally I'm not too keen on, but that's all personal preference. I like to use my own drip tips, you see. So we do have some knurling, which is not badly done, it's not terrible, and yeah, but considering that this is a top coil, it performs excellently. If you're used to Vivinovas and CE5s and all of that sort of thing, you're gonna like it. It performs, in my opinion, slightly better than a Vivinova. But yeah, it's decent device. We're gonna come back up and we'll have a little more of a chat, and then we'll have a bit more of a toot. I'll see you in a second. Right, now as you can see, it performs very well. I have this set to 3.8 volts. This is a 2.2 ohm atomizer. And as you can see, vapor production is very good. Flavor is surprisingly very good. Very, very good actually. And it produces a nice warm vape because it's a top coil. Now I've got this on a twist battery that I was sent with the atomizer. It looks rather nice together actually. It's slightly fatter than the Ego, but because it's tapered you don't really notice the fatness. So, but I've got this on an Ego twist. At 3.8 it's lovely. We'll go to 4.3. And again, it handles 4.3. Now, on this CEO atomizer, I have to say, you don't really want to go above 4.3. And the reason for that is, it will burn. That's not the fault of the atomizer as such, that is the fault of the design of the atomizer. 4.8 volts on a top coil atomizer, I can never get anything but a dry hit. This might just be because I'm stupid and I don't know how to use a top coil atomizer, but it will dry hit at 4.8. In fact, if the juice is low enough, if you was on the 1 mil line, which is right there, it would probably dry hit on 4.3. Being of its type, you are going to have to do the clearo tilt, which can be that way, or that way, but not that way. Yeah, you're going to have to do some of that, but using these sort of atomizers, you have to expect to be doing something like that. The only atomizer I've ever used that will not give me problems, this type of atomizer, I'm not talking Genesis or rebuildables or anything in that sort of category. When you're using a clearomizer, it will always have its little quirk. Like if an EVOD gets too low on juice, it will gurgle. If this gets too low on juice, it will burn. It's just one of those things. But flavour and performance from this is very good. Yeah, it's available now from reallyecigarette.com, and it is available for £8.99. It holds 2 ml and it will fit any Ego compatible device. Yeah, so round up, decent device. You will have to do the clearo tilt, and don't go above 3.3 volts. Don't go above 4.3 volts, as you'll get a dry hit, and a dry hit is never nice. But I'd like to say thank you to Really for sending me along this to have a play with, and yeah. I should talk about the Ego twist battery that they sent as well. The twist battery that they sent is of a very good quality. I've had twists in the past that break and basically don't seem to be putting out as much power as they say they do. But with this, when it says 4.3, I believe that is 4.3. When it says 4.8, I believe that is 4.8. It's a good twist battery, and threading on the twist battery is decent as well, as is the button actually. Right, I've been down for shizzle. That was the CEO and Ego twist from Really E Cigarette. Come in a nice little case. Right, I've been down for shizzle. I'll see you in the next one.